rocket ship start. He's out front. Anstey did not get the start he needed. He's way back in the pack.
Freezy second. Rockzen's fourth.
Freezy's been second all along here tonight. On every start, he's been right there.
And looks like Greg Aranda in fourth on the Yamaha.
Moss with a pretty good start. He's up in about the top 6. And Rockzen's trying to get around the outside of Freezy right now as they enter this rhythm lane. Freezy kind of slides over a little bit to try to upset Rockzen's rhythm, and it works as they get to the next corner.
Yeah, Freezy just doesn't have the speed on the track right now. He's great off the starts, and these riders are going to have to work their way past him right now.
But Rockzen's going to have to get going because Tomac's going to set sail. Into the whoops, there goes Ken. Ken up alongside of Freezy, and he beats him through the whoop section.
Oh, and he makes a little mistake. Almost went down right there, but now Rockzen, the race is on, and he sees that Tomac is probably 3 seconds, 4 seconds ahead. So Rockzen has got to absolutely lay it all on the line on that PMG Suzuki right now and try to reel in Tomac so he can win this Grand Prix.
Colton Nichols putting the pressure on the backside of Vince Freezy. Nichols on the yellow Yamaha, or yellow Suzuki, I should say, in blue.
And it looks like the first SX2 rider is going to be Anstey, number 1, as he's just behind Freezy and Aranda. I'm sorry, Savachi. Look at this. Eli Tomac comes by 53.2. Rockzen of 54.1. Tomac is absolutely flying. Rockzen has got to do something. He's got to figure something out if he's going to be able to catch Tomac out front.
Anstey's just behind Joey Savachi.
So
that's Anstey right there. He's got McElrath behind him. Savachi is 17 just in front of him. Anstey, of course, as Jeff pointed out, the first SX2 bike sitting in 7th. Savachi is 6th. McElrath is 8th. The two most current SX2 champions running right there in 7th and 8th. Anstey, the reigning champ. McElrath, 2022 champ. And that fight is important because it'll settle the night, Jeff, as to who will be the points leader in SX2 going into Perth, Australia, our next round, which is actually a double header. So it's hugely important for Anstey to stay in front of McElrath.
Oh, look at the teammates getting together.
Having to deal with his teammate Thompson, Firepower Honda riders.
Thompson almost had the pass made on him, and McElrath had the inside line through there. Oh, they're just
certainly no team orders there, huh?
Definitely not. Oh, Lopes is getting up into the mix right now as he's done all night long. It seems like he's like a fine wine. He just gets better with time.
Enzo Lopes on that RB's back to Rick Ware Racing Yamaha. Let's go back down trackside. Here's Kristen.
Guys, I'm following this battle between Gregory Aranda and Joey Savachi. He just turned around to look at where Joey was at. Joey is applying the pressure. But guys, Gregory Aranda, his best GP race finish was 2nd back in Abu Dhabi. This is a massive floor print for the French rider. Usually in the French Supercross series, they're in more arena cross style tracks, smaller footprints. This is massive for him. So to see him battling it out in the top 5 in this super final, no less, Gregory Aranda is really adjusting to the cadence of this race format.
Well, they're fighting for 5th and 6th right now. This is the best run Aranda's had all night here so far. The 4 races he's contested. Aranda, the 2010 European Supercross champion, 3-time, Jeff, German Supercross champion.
Yeah, and he's been great in World Supercross. I mean, last year he didn't finish outside of the top 10 once. Riding some different lines. He's going the way long line. Savachi going to the inside, the short line. And look how rough it's getting into the turn and those huge
Oh, down goes Max Anstey. He throws it away. And that could be the win done for Max Anstey here tonight in Vancouver. Because he was in front of McElrath, had the points advantage, and now McElrath. Oh,
let's take a look at it, Ralphie. Let's see what happens to Anstey. Aranda. Oh, he jumps off the side of the track. Oh, and then he hits some rocks.
And he got slipped.
Yeah, so this is these plastic squares here to protect the artificial turf they have. Once you get off of the dirt onto that stuff, rocks, a little bit of dust, it's like
super slick.
Yeah. Oh man. And remember, so Anstey, he was a wild card, so he was one and done.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, he's hoping to get maybe one more race in. Maybe
now he's going to have a, he's going to want more. He's going to want to try to make up for the mistakes he's made here in these last couple of races after starting out the night. Exceptional.
Yeah,
the night did not
big win
go
in
his
race
way.
number 1, and then nothing but problems after that. Here's a look at Anstey, and he's looking at that left hand, not feeling right, Jeff. You can see him moving it around. Kristen, what can you tell us about Max Anstey?
And guys, more on Max Anstey. You know, this is his first time on a Supercross track on this bike, and as we all know, Supercross is dramatically different than outdoors, which he had some time on the bike in the outdoor series, also at Motocross of Nations, but the settings for Supercross are so different. He had told me before this race, tonight was about R&D. He wanted to just develop the bike more and more, so I have a feeling we will see him in Abu Dhabi, because this race time, this seat time is so valuable for these riders. You can't replicate this kind of data at the test track.
While Kristen was talking there, we saw Colton Nichols on the 45 and Vince Freese battling it out. They've swapped positions, and now down goes the 20th, Greg Aranda. Gregory Aranda is down. And Jeff, he was running in what, 4th or 5th at the time?
Yeah.
He's dropping like a rock.
Had a great super final going, really starting to show his speed. After sort of a rough start to this GP, he finds himself off the side of the track too. And remember what I talked about, all these ruts and the rocks. Well, let's see. So that's the same section.
Oh, same thing, right into the tough box.
Couple jumps later, but that's that same section where Anstey went down. See, he hits a rut.
Sure is.
It just goes too wide.
Just one jump later.
Oh, man. Rough go for Aranda.
And we have talked about how this track has just been wrecking havoc with these riders here. And I don't think anybody outside of Tomac has been unscathed from the dirt here tonight.
Yeah, Tomac, he is out front flying.
He's the only one that I don't remember making a significant mistake of any kind throughout the night.
It ain't over, Ralph.
No, it's not.
We've still got 3 more laps to go.
And he continues to lead here tonight. Tomac out front. Rockzen sitting in 2nd. Nichols is 3rd. Freese 4th. Savachi 5th.
Well,
Shane McElrath, the fastest 250 rider, in 6th.
Well, and remember, we've got to add up all the points from the super final riders.
Yep.
That earned 3 of them earned points. We have the 3 race GPs, okay?
Yep. And
add up
Super
all
Bowl.
those points. Now these 8 riders from each class that are in the super final. I mean, it's going to take a mathematician to figure this thing out, I think.
Right now, Eli leads at 16 points over Rockzen, 21 over Savachi. Here's Joey on that 17. He's trying to get around Freese. That would be for 4th if he can get it done.
You know, Freese had that good start here in this, and he's actually rode pretty good this super final. Holding on to 4th right now.
Vince has been in the mix all night long. He's had great starts, Jeff.
Well,
he just hasn't been able to keep the pace up once the race gets going.
Yeah, I mean that's what does it for Vince Freese. I mean, he's exceptional off the starts, and that's why the Moto Concepts team, Mike Genova and Tony Alessi and everybody, I mean, they know that they can count on him. And when you come to a World Supercross event where you're going to have 4 gate drops, I mean,
yeah,
he's going to put himself in a good position most of the time. Now, if he could just straighten out some of his riding during the race, you know, and not tick off so many riders by running them wide and things like that, then, you know, his results would be a little bit better too, I think. But the rider that's setting the pace right now, Eli Tomac, he is just dominating. He's 15.8 seconds ahead of Rockzen right now.
You see Anstey about to go a lap down. He's all the way back in 14th. Although, based on the math, he should finish 2nd or 3rd. He'll be 3rd in the night with Thompson between him and McElrath.
Yeah, and so McElrath here, he's the first SX2 rider on the track with Lopes and Schock just behind him. And with Anstey out, well, this is a 13th. Ooh. It could be really close at the end here.
Yeah. McElrath here on the 12.
And think about how McElrath's night started out, where he said he just missed the gate drop, just wasn't ready. He said it dropped too quick for him, got a bad start, but boy, has he recovered And McElrath, Shane McElrath is showing what made him the champion a couple of years ago.
Very similar type of night for both McElrath and Tomac. Both of them didn't get great starts in race number 1 and didn't win because of that, but they put it together every race since then.
Tomac's looking back. Tomac's looking
having a problem here. What's he looking at?
He's got a flat, Ralph.
He does.
One turn to go, though.
Is that rear tire flat?
Yeah.
He's looking at it. It's a problem. Tomac trying to nurse it to the finish to win the first ever Super Final, and he does! He lights the candles here in Vancouver to win the first ever Super Final in the history of the FIM World Supercross Championship, and he does it with a flat rear tire on his CDR Yamaha, supported